Victims' Rights Week is a time when communities here and across the nation remember those lives lost to violent crime. Joining us live now over Zoom is Tony Garrett with Central Alabama Crimestoppers. Tony, thanks so much for joining us here on Alabama Live.
You're welcome.
Why is it important for you all to remember those who've been impacted by crimes here in our area?
Well, for my staff, it makes us realize how precious the life is. It also makes us appreciate our job even more and makes us want to do better because we know that people are counting on us, counting on our program, and counting on the community. So we make sure that we make a point that we show up to work and we do it the right way.
We've been talking a lot about Dadeville this morning, obviously, as that community continues to heal. But what can we do in the community to help prevent violent crimes in the future?
That is a loaded question. I was at the vigil last night with the district attorney, the sheriff, and the police chief, and they were asking the same question. I know people brought up love your brother and sister, but mostly it's mostly that's pretty much it. Is find better ways to resolve your differences. Make sure that you just don't fly off on the handle and just react a certain way. Make sure you think about your reaction. When something is occurring, step back and just think about what's going on and how to resolve the situation versus just taking out a gun and quickly ending someone's life.
I know when it comes to Dadeville, your team has helped some in this investigation. At one point, you were asking for tips and offering a reward. Are you still assisting in that investigation, and if so, how?
Yes, matter of fact, we're still getting tips in from that investigation. We just received a few telephone calls this morning concerning that situation. So we're still taking in the rumors, hearsay, video, photos. If you have it, if you have not spoken to a law enforcement officer in Dadeville, the state, or the investigators that are there, please take time to reach out to them. If you want to remain anonymous, that's when you come to us, and you can call 215-STOP, or you can download our app, which is P3 Tips, and you can give us that information, and you will remain anonymous. We don't care what process you use, as long as you tell someone about the information that you're holding on to. In a lot of cases, that goes over time. When a person calls, they always say, I always thought that somebody else turned in this information, and they hold on to that information thinking that it's someone else's responsibility. So we're asking people to go ahead and take that responsibility on yourself, to go ahead and turn in that information that you know that may be vital to a case.
Tony, you all receive tips all the time about Dadeville, about other investigations. You also receive a lot of tips from schools. Talk a little bit about the submission process from students in schools when they hear about something.
Well, this summer, hopefully this summer, we have training for school resource officers. We always we try to make it a point to certify 40 police officers for a school as a school resource officer per year. We may not be able to do it this year, but next year we know that we're going to be certifying 40. When we're certifying law enforcement officers to become school resource officers, we're giving them more resources, more tools to use, so they just won't be a security guard. They'll actually use those things that they learn in that certification to actually reach out to the students. So in the past month, we've paid out rewards for schools, including a knife, gun rewards. We give $500 to any gun that's found in a school setting. We'll give that student that turned in that gun $500, no questions asked. You've never seen us do a press release or come on your television station and say that we're paying out those rewards. So the last thing we want is to demonize the school system or demonize the students that are turning in information. We want to go ahead and reward them and make sure that they know that they're actually being a citizen and a good adult, a responsible adult, by making sure that their world and their facility where they're trying to gain an education is solid, is safe. So you're actually being a good citizen for that. If you're a student and you have information that says that some type of crime activity is occurring at your school, contact your administrator, contact your school resource officer. If not, you can call 215-STOP or download our app at P3 Tips, and we'll be more than happy to send that to the right person and get that resolved.
All right, Tony Garrett with Central Alabama Crimestoppers. Thanks so much for joining us here on Alabama Live. We truly appreciate it.
You're welcome.